Hi, it's Rochelle, your president, and I am signing off with my last ever vlog, and it's so emotional. Obviously, at the beginning of recording these, I absolutely hated them. I think Kris has got more than enough outtakes of me sort of like cursing and being completely like at despair with not being able to get my words out and thinking on my feet, but I'm going to go through sort of like just a bit of a reflection really on my last 2 years here. I think I'm going to begin with basically just the best things that have like sort of happened over my 2 years here. I think the whole time's been a complete whirlwind. It's been incredibly challenging, but I think I've gotten so much out of it. I mean, I started the job being quite a shy and retiring graduate. I mean, I'd had a journalism degree that I'd sort of been at for 3 years, got into this role, and I just thought, how the hell am I supposed to be this person that's going to lead like all these students? I'm going to like be leading a huge union. I'm going to be trying to fight for the best experience and sort of trying to change things for people. I was incredibly nervous, and I felt that as soon as I got into the union, I've had people here that just looked out for me and wanted to make sure that I was doing the best that I could do, and I was never beating myself up about it. So I think just like the best thing has just been being made to feel at home and being in a job where I just felt like I could do anything and always be listened to, valued and respected, and actually make a positive difference for other people and not just myself. I also think that one of the other best things is just been working with the amount of people that I have worked with in both of the officer teams that I've been a part of. I think big shout out to Beth, Gary and Rich from last year. It was an interesting year working with them. I think, you know, we had a lot of internal politics and conflict and obviously also great stuff as well. But I think how we work together as a team from start to finish, you know, they have this whole weird analogy of Storm and Norman performing in, I don't remember the fourth one. What's the other? Storming, Norman performing and something else. Where you leave. So I don't know what that is, but it's like this weird theory thing. And I think there was obviously lots of different times we were sort of like going through all the stages, but I think just working with them taught me so much about myself, how to be a lot more assertive and how to not sort of bend to the background, because having Beth and Gary, you kind of had to be able to speak up for yourself most of the time. But, you know, obviously that was a fantastic year. And then my team this year have just been like phenomenal. I think, you know, I couldn't have asked for a better team to have to sort of unofficially lead, because they just have all been incredible in their own right. I think they've helped us like sort of lead the union and to get it in the right sort of shape and direction for the future going forward. So I think the best thing for me has been the team and the people that I've worked with. Also the wins for students as well. Like every time I've been able to sort of do something quite positive or influential, or change something in a meeting, or just from having a conversation with a student that needs help or something sort of being resolved and I've been able to be there, I think that's been personal, like a personal highlight for me throughout the year, all the little things that amount to that really big impact and change. I'd also say another best thing for me has been just getting to know like the amount of like weird and wonderful people that are here at Staffs. I think the students that I have met in my 2 years, you know, I was always really worried about how it would be being here for another 2 years, because obviously I've been here for 5 years now, and I always wondered how it would be, but I've just met some incredible people that I've helped and that I've actually come to know as friends. You know, I've got the netballers, like all of our student staff, like other people that just generally are like involved in the union, or maybe not involved but have just come up here, or I've met like when I've been on campus and stuff. It's just been amazing, and I think I'm always going to be proud to be Staffs. I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but I'm always going to be proud because the people here have just, you know, made my time and made me feel so comfortable. So and oh yeah, getting re-elected as well. Cheers, guys. That's obviously one of the biggest things as well. How did I forget that? Getting re-elected was obviously awesome, because I started like the year just being like, oh God, I'm so nervous. Oh. But like the fact that like I was put back in, it was just the biggest testament, and just thank you to anybody that had faith in me and let me sort of do it again. I think it's just been incredible, and I've completely changed my outlook in terms of what I can do and how I sort of look at myself and how I believe in myself as well. So how can I miss that off? But yeah, thanks, guys. One of the worst things over the past year, and probably from the 2 years, I kind of alluded to before, but it was just kind of like not being able to go forward some of the time, because like we're always so busy trying to work out how things are going internally that we kind of take our eye off the prize wider than that. But I think, you know, oh, that sounds bad, like I'm slagging off people, which I'm not, because everyone's awesome. But I think it's just like, you know, maybe relationship dynamics have sometimes not been the greatest, but we always work through them, because it's like a weird cyclical thing where you kind of like have it out and then you're back to normal again. I also think the worst thing as well has been like stuff like car parking, estates. whoa, and just generally like the library as well, just things like that where I felt like students have felt let down. And I think as a uni we've always tried our hardest, and as a team, to sort of remedy it and work towards sort of listening to students and making sure that they've had the best experience outside of that. But I think they've definitely been bad things, because not bad's a bad word, but they've been like experiences, but like I wasn't expecting it to be that much in terms of like negative stuff happening at once, because obviously in the first year it was quite a chilled, relaxed year. You know, we had some things that were thrown in, but they were just like curveballs, like left, right and centre being chucked at our head every day, and it was just a bit like, oh. But we made it through, and I'm really proud of the team, and I'm proud of like, you know, the core staff we work with. They've been incredible in terms of helping us drive forward change and stuff. So yeah, I'd say it's been the worst thing, but it's also been a blessing in disguise. What am I going to miss most about this job? The job itself, I'd say, because I think that it's just, you know, Kris is pointing at himself, not going to miss you, pal, but whatever. Like, no, I think I'm going to definitely miss the job in itself. Just getting to work with incredible people, you know, students, staff, like the community, the university, just getting to work with all these people, that just helped broaden my horizons and sort of like make sure that I think about changing the status quo, and I'm not just sort of doing what's expected of me, but I'm actually trying to exceed that all the time. But I am going to miss the team, yes, because I just think that, I don't know, they're just awesome. And I don't know, I was so nervous about starting, because I think being like a second year SAB and not having that comfort of having re-elected people in with you, I think that I was just nervous about us maybe not getting along and stuff. But it's just like been incredible, really. And I think that I just couldn't have asked for anyone better, really, to help me. Just had like an amazing time, and I'm just so thankful for that, because I do have quite a few other like friends within the NUS. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hack, and other unions as well, and they always tell me about how they've got like fights and stuff, and everyone's kicking off, and people don't really get on. And I just think I'm just really lucky, actually. I just get on with my team, and they're awesome. So you know, I don't know, like it's just weird, but that's what I'm gonna probably miss the most. I don't know what the other. Oh yeah, and as well, for anybody that's even considering running for a position and being a full-time officer, I would encourage you to just do it, to go for it. I think limiting yourself by not going forward for something like this, it would just be, no, can we cut that bit? Crap.
Right, Alistair, we'll leave it rolling. Can you start again on...
Advice for anyone wanting to do this in the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you start on that, I can cover exactly from the start and that point.
Brilliant, thanks. So, advice for anyone wanting to do this in the future, I would just strongly encourage you to just do it. I think as a student in 2012, when I was graduating, I remember seeing stuff about the leadership race, like, what's this thing, what's this all about and stuff. I remember thinking, I couldn't do that. You shouldn't worry. I think self-sabotaging yourself without knowing what a role actually entails is the worst thing you could do. I think it's just broadened my perspective incredibly, given me so much confidence, given me contacts and connections, let me meet amazing people. I've had so much training out of this. I've just learnt so much about myself. I've learnt so much about our students. I think, you know, if you are a person that feels that you've had like a good time at SAS, or if you haven't had a good time, you think there's a scope for you to change things, why not be that change that you want to see in your union or your university? You know, I was so disengaged with the union before I got this role. I mean, I worked in Ember, and on my LinkedIn page I'd had it down as working for the university for like the first 2 years, because I actually genuinely thought it was, but it was part of the union without realising. And I was part of the ACS as well, but I just didn't really come into the union and I wasn't part of it. So don't feel like you have to be one of those super engaged like club society sporty types or whatever, or you know, you don't have to be. It's open for everybody. And I think just by virtue of being a student here, you should totally be putting yourself through the paces and just sort of seeing what you can do. I just think if you put yourself forward and you do get it, you will not regret it. It's been an incredible 2 years, and thank you.
Finally, any final thoughts?
Oh, God.
Just remember, this is the final time you get to go on
Oh,
YouTube all by
God.
yourself.
Oh, so sad. Okay. I think final thoughts for me are just... I am really, truly sad to leave Staffs. I didn't ever think I would say that. I remember coming here from London, getting off the train and being like, where the heck am I? Like, honestly, like, what is going on? Like, this place is like dead compared to home and stuff. But I think over like the last 5 years and 2 years as well, because I've obviously gotten to know Stafford as well, and I've gotten to go there through being an officer. The place is just incredible. Like, the amount of people that you get at the university, obviously every day has its downside, so it's obviously not perfect, but I think, you know, being here, I don't know, it's just an amazing place, and I just feel really lucky and honoured to have been able to, like, serve my students' union through this role for 2 years, just because it's a truly special place. And I think people say this thing about being a beep hole, but it is our beep hole, and I think that's like the main thing, that people like are proud to be staff, and they are proud when they leave here, and even if you're not, it's not like you can forget the time that you've had here. So just for everybody, just thank you for being amazing and for making me proud to be an officer and president of a union. I never thought I'd be here, and I am, and you've given me so much that it's been emotional and a journey. So thank you so much.